like grass. Shenema Ravova Ketzemach Hatzadin Satir. Kivan Shemizgalim, and they grew up. They grew up in the fields, these little babies, and they had food to eat. Shemen and Dvash, the Pasuk says. And then they grew up, so they came, they came home in groups. We say this Pasuk in the Haggadah. With flags, they came. You see, they were in the. You see how Hashem watches over us. The Hashgacha Pratis in the Golus, in the middle of the Golus Mitzrayim. Hashem watched over the children with Nisim, and they were taken care of by themselves without parents. Without the parents being there to take care of them. And then they grew up, then they came, Adorim. They were Makir Hashem, they were the first ones. So Rashi says that they already saw the Shekhinah when they were babies. Hashem watched over them. So then it says, Shenema, Zeh Kelev Anveh. This is in today's Parsha, this Pasuk. Everybody knows the Pasuk, but it's in today's Parsha. So again, we're having, this is the second time in today's Shir that we came across a Pasuk from today's Parsha. So
I guess our learning is going up to heaven, Kedivrei HaChasam Sefer.
Yeah. So that's the Pshat. Zeh Kelev Anveh. That they said, this is Hashem that we already saw him before when we were born, when we were babies, we saw the Shekhinah, and now we're seeing him again.
What's the diuk? Zeh means we saw him before. That's the diuk.
I think so. Zeh Kelev, or also Kelev. Yeah. How can you say Zeh if you don't know it? The pshat is they did know him. They knew him from before. You see from here that the Jewish nation grew, became a nation by itself. It wasn't necessary to get together and make something and do something. It just became. And then they became stronger. And they...
It's like Rabbeinu says on Chedushim. You don't say, I'm going to think Chedushim today. If you're learning the Shema, Chedushim come to you.
Yeah. But there's one Tanai that you have to be yegeias. There's a Tanai. It's not that Lishma doesn't mean you're learning in a frum way so Chedushim come to you. It says, Lo yagati matzah. Al time and don't believe in.
What means yegeias exactly? Can you explain, Rabbi?
Yegeias means a few different things that come in. Everybody could have, yegeias means hard work. To toil and to, but everybody has their yegeias. You can't really say a rule in it. One thing is concentration, I would say, is the first thing what yegeias means. Not you could sit and read and say words and dream in the middle. That's not called yegeias, to concentrate on the thing. Second type of yegeias is maybe to go over and over and over, not to be tired from saying it over and over and over. A third thing is to take things that look simple and analyze them, even when you think for sure you know it already. Like there's somebody, like when you build a piece of Torah, when you build Chidushim, so you build it on Pashut things, you say simple things, but you emphasize sometimes is a few simple things, and on that you base the Chidush. Now that we know this and we know this and we know this, and if you wouldn't have worked on it, you would have gone over it, glossed over it, like this is Push, this is Push, this is Push. Like there was once somebody was saying a shir, so in order to come and to explain the idea, so he said a certain thing. So one of the people in the shir said, well, that's Pasha. Like, what do you have to say that for? But the truth was that was all part of the idea that he was bringing out. He had to mention this simple thing. He couldn't.
Building blocks.
One of the building blocks. So that's called yegeias. See, that person, he didn't want to be yegeias. So if you have something that's simple, you just go further. That's it. What do you have to be machbid on us? What do you have to make it hard for us with simple things? But yegia means no. We're going to go over the simple things, even though it's not stimulating, and we're going to use that to build up a whole chidush. That's one of the ways of yegia. And then there's the Rashi and Menachos that everybody knows. What? The Vav Aleph. The Rashi. You go over there. It says that Avimi went to Rav Chisda that he should teach him a certain Masechta that he forgot. He knew it, but and the Gemara says, why did he go to Rav Chisda? Why didn't he call Rav Chisda to come to him? So Avimi was the Rebbe and Rav Chisda was the Talmud, and he went to Rav Chisda. So Gemara says he went to Rav Chisda because I have more siyata d'shmaya. So Rashi says what? Mishum Yagato Matzosu. Comes out that's not the learning itself, that's the hachana to the learning. He had to go, to pick up and go. And for some people, I don't know.
Scarpicias.
That's another thing.
But they're connected.
We're talking what the learning itself. That's yegeias haTorah that is. Schar psiyas you get even if you didn't learn at all.
It's also yegeias. So you walk to Yimei Shefer. It's up a mountain.
Right, yeah.
Yegeias.
And some people, it's very hard for them. They're here, so they're here. There's no what. We don't like to go outside of our dalit. It's not like youngsters. They go to Yolim. They say that they enjoy it.
Who's we?
Me. Not we, me, okay. Me. I don't like to go out on my dalit. Any move I have to make is a big avodah. You have to go to a chasna and out of town. It's a big thing. It's hard. I know
The famous Chazon Ish, they ask him, Rebbe, he's in a sector to learn. And Chazon Ish answered, by me, everything is difficult.
Yeah, so that's yegeias haTorah that he got up and he went to Rav Chisda. Rashi calls that yegeias. So it comes out that you can't really say a rule. What is it? You can give examples like I just did. I think I did. But to say a rule, what yegeias is, that's very hard because every person has his own yegeias. But in general, I would say that you have to chazer things. To really be kona a piece of Gemara, you have to go over it. And I'm not talking about what kind of kishronis the person has. I think it doesn't matter whether he's a genius, he's a tzvi cheshin, or he's a weak brain. You have to go over and over a few times till you really have a kinyan on the Gemara. I wonder Rabbi Abramsky said, I heard him say that before he chazers the Gemara 4 times.
You heard him personally?
Yeah. No, it was a shir to about
Matiki Ashmua.
Yeah. That he said on Shabbos. He's not my Rebbe, but I used to go to his shir on Shabbos. So he said that before he goes over 4 times, he doesn't know pshat. Also, the Chazon Ish said it in yegeias. He said, the chaz over a few times of ludaktik b'dvarms she'ena seichel nene mehem b'tchilosim. I always say that's what the Ramchal says in the Derech Eitz HaChaim. Says the Torah is like a gacheles, a coal. A coal has a spark of fire inside of it, but you can blow on it and make a fire come out of it. So that's a pshat. That's what the Chazorah does. It makes the spark that's in in the Torah, yeah. How do we get into this? I forgot already. So so that's how over here. This Gemara here says that the Jewish nation grew by itself. Like this, you might think that since Paro made such a gzera to kill all the, actually it's mashma over here that he made them work hard, that they shouldn't have period of a review. That was part of the plan of Paro, that they should work so hard, they shouldn't be period of a review. And the end was that the women were such tzaddikas and that they said, no, we're going to do period of review anyway. And they went out to the fields, and not just that they were with their husbands, they even were nice to them. They brought them hot water and fish. They brought fish to their husbands. It was a nest, they got fish, and then they had period of review out there in the fields. You know, you could say over here, they could have made a meeting of the Moetzes whatever, the Moetzes HaChavrei Knesset, or the leaders of the Jewish people, whoever they were, and get together. What should we do? What should we do? Let's organize. Let's make a rebellion. That's what some of it happened in history in different places in different times. Let's get underground, and we're gonna fight. We'll bomb the King David Hotel or whatever like that, and then we'll show what's it called, a guerrilla warfare. It's called, and then we'll little by little we'll get out of this situation. No, they didn't do that. They stayed put. I mean, they said, we'll do what we have to do to build the Jewish nation. That we can do. That's not, Paro didn't say not to do that. He wanted it mamela. It should happen that the Jewish nation shouldn't be built up. But he didn't make any gzeras against Piro. We'll go out in the field, we'll do our thing. What's it going to help that you have babies? The Mitzrim anyway, look what the Mitzrim were going to do. They should go out and kill them. And they even plowed on top of them. Doesn't matter, we'll do our thing. And then Hashem will do his thing. We'll do our ishtadlus and the rest. Hashem. And that's taka what happened. And Hashem made nisim that they existed. They stayed alive. And it was built, from that was built a Klal Yisrael. From that was built a Zekeli Van Veu. You see, I think you could say here that what's the union of these babies, when they grew up, they said Zekeli Van Veu. The pshat is that their whole birth was with a Zekeli Van Veu. Their whole birth was with because they went with this emunah, that we have to do our things. The rest, how it's going to be mistadir, that will be a nation, will be something, that's Hashem's job. And that's when how made these women go and be molly children. So it comes out the whole later of these children was based on emunah, that we're not doing anything. So then when they grew up, they were able to say, Zakeli Manber. The emunah was so clear.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
Should go